one, guys. I didn't get to say nothing, but it was just fantastic. That guy was awesome. How he, like he said, he sacrificed his game a little bit to put play art and stuff up. That was huge. That
Yeah,
was really
definitely,
good.
definitely, definitely.
Props to him too.
Um, so yeah, no, D Live did do a great job. So are you guys in my stream?
I not Manu.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I will, I will say like watching the last, watching D Live's game. I will say like one thing I noticed. I probably don't spend like, or I probably don't try as hard to like remember opponent frequencies. Like you guys were saying how he kept coming back to the dagger and like that cross or the corner route. Like I do notice like sometimes I'll notice sometimes guys will go back to the same plays because they only got the same three plays, but like
Hmm.
trying to like really focus on their frequencies, like I probably lack sometimes.
Yeah, most definitely. So you always gotta be paying attention, just recording trends over the course of the game. Just making sure
Yeah.
that.
Well, most comp players they run a scheme anywhere between 7 to 10, maybe 5 to 10 plays. It's just like different
That's
variations.
I mean, like how they could read
Maybe,
that defense. I was gonna say like 'cause I
maybe
know
a,
that's how my offense is. Like I have probably six plays deep where like I just read the defense and adjust to one of them.
Yeah, and
maybe a setup here and there is different, but for the most part, all a scheme on offense is anywhere between like seven to 10 players. So it's
yeah,
so
definitely.
for me, so for me when I'm taking mental notes soon as the game starts.
Yeah,
So I know if you're a total, okay, I know I'm gonna start stacking the box, and I'm gonna back off my DBs, and just in case you want to try to throw a streak over the top of my head. Um, I'm I'm taking all the mental notes, so I know when the game gets close, or if it gets close, because I'm trying to blow you up by the first half, trying to make you quit. I'm just
Right
be
on.
honest. I'm just be honest, but you just got to take mental pictures in your head. Like, okay, he's in bunch. You got if they're in bunch offset, you gotta know the plays that they
I
run.
got lucky as hell right there.
The vertical is a favorite in bunch offset. That's like the main play in the offense. In bunch
absolutely.
in regular in Seattle bunch, it's clear out and it's bunch trap. So it's like you gotta know what the plays and how to stop it. So
Definitely.
so,
Yeah.
so yeah,
No.
so like if they run a bunch offset, not the they said it 9 times out of 10, and Manu could attest this. He could tell you if I'm lying or not. The setup is pretty much you're gonna wheel route your running back, and then you're gonna have the tight end wheel on the other side. You got the running back wheel. And you have the 40 yard crosser coming from the other side. So it's like you gotta try to either you have to either man up that wheel route, which is pretty much impossible to stop, or you have to use the crosser. So it's like you just gotta take like mental notes on what offense they run in and what playbook they in.
Yeah. Another big thing is again, like you said, G. It's 5 to 10 plays usually, and it's all about timing. Calling plays at the right time, and
Mhm.
people always have certain plays that they like in certain downs and distances. So you not only want to be paying attention to what players are calling and what formation, you want to be paying attention to what down and distance they're calling those plays on. So like in
Right.
the D Live game, for example, the guy he ran 90% of the time on first down. Uh,
Straight.
and every time he went to bunch, it was gonna be, the flood play, or every time he was in trips, he went to dagger. That guy, honestly, he was really predictable in his play calls, but usually, situationally, there's a play call that somebody really likes on 3rd and 12, and they'll come back to it later in the game. So you want to be paying
Absolutely.
attention to what they're calling in down and
On a crucial
distance.
down like that.
Yeah, yeah,
And in the beginning of the game, what you have, whether it's offense or defense, you have to set your audibles because I feel like
Oh, absolutely.
you're leaving yourself at a disadvantage if you don't set your audibles.
yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, I was gonna say I did. I was gonna ask during D live stream. This is something that happens to me a lot, and I don't know if I like have this game right here is a players launch tournament game. I'll be like in the first. I'll watch streams and guys will go through a delayed game for 2 or 3 calls in a row, getting all their adjustment sets. No one bothers with it. It's always declined. That never happens for me. I can't ever get one time where someone declines it. They're always accepting that, and then I'm putting myself in like first and 15 or first and 20 situations, trying to dig myself out early because I'm trying to get all my audibles set, not waste my time out.
Say you say your audibles on defense, right? You got 1 second left. Instead of wasting the timeout, you pause the game, unpause it. They give you another like 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I actually knew that on defense. It would like reset the whole play yard.
Yeah. Also, another thing, Agent, is you want to ask them before the game. So that's typically when you see that in a tournament game, it's because both players know each other really well, and it's just kind of like kind of an unwritten rule of sportsmanship if they know each other.
That's what I'm saying. I thought it was like an unwritten rule.
No, the thing is, if people don't know them though, like me personally, like if I don't know someone, a lot of times I'm not gonna decline the penalty, and that's just kind of common procedure. But if you know the person, like if you're playing like your friend, it's kind of common procedure as to okay, you gotta decline that. But if you're playing like a players lounge tournament and you don't know them, ask them before the game if you want to agree to declining penalties for odds. So that's usually what I do if I'm playing.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure. I'll make sure I say something next time.
Yeah. Okay, right here. This is. Well, again, I was gonna say you might want to have a pull route here, but again, this guy has been running a lot of man coverage.
Yeah,
so I don't mind this.
I was hoping my Randall Moore was gonna be my pull route because I knew I wanted the deep out elite out of DeAndre Hopkins here.
Yeah, definitely.
I knew I was gonna get that one-on-one with DeAndre Hopkins, but the deep out elite, I thought the slant underneath was gonna take the inside linebacker.
Yeah, definitely. No, that makes sense. So I want to see another full offensive drive from you, but let's see defensively. So this guy, man, Regs just flies by. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that's something that like I know a lot of people talk about like chewing clock and like trying to manage the clock like that. That's like another unwritten rule for me that I super try to shy away from because in regs like this, when I'm playing on 4-minute quarters for money, when guys run chew clock, I'll get 2 drives a game. I'll get 1 drive in the first half, 1 drive in the second half, and like to me that bothers me. It's not fun, but like that's the rule, and it shouldn't be. To me, it shouldn't be allowed, but it is.
Yeah.
Is that something that like I really should just like get over and utilize to my advantage, or like?
Yeah. So you got to play to win the game. Do whatever you can within the rules to win the game. Especially on regs, is clock management. That's what regs is. Obviously the defense is almost non-existent because of zone play. Once we get you, it seems from your offensive drives that you have I'd say you're above a beginner level, not at a pro level, but you're like an intermediate level player from what I've seen so far. So I think we could potentially get you into like a advanced level defensive course, like a hybrid coverage, because that's the best way to play defense on this game is a mix of man and zone, because obviously
that's definitely like what I want to learn more, like a more of a hybrid defense.
Definitely. And I believe we talked about this before, right?
Yeah, I asked if we could get like a premium tip on it, and you said you had something. You had something like kind of similar to it, but it wasn't like crazy.
Yeah, so
crazy in depth.
Yeah, so there's actually like a 30-minute premium tip video on like hybrid coverage, and again the advanced level defensive course, there's like 5 hours of content in there, but the premium tip that'll give you a good start. So first off, you probably unlocked Madden 101 automatically, right?
Right.
Yeah, so you're definitely above that level. So I think clock management just by default, because it's so important on regs, like as you see, there's 1 to 2 drives. So I definitely want to unlock that course for you.
Okay.
And probably, well, I have to see defensively. So again, here I see that, okay, you do run 3-3-5 wide.
Yeah, I like to run, like my base, I like to run 3-3-5 wide. Or 3-3-5, and then, audible down to my 3-3-5 wide. If it's whatever in 20, I'll come out in dollar or like big nickel G sometimes. If it's under 5, I like to run 3-3-4 odd or 3-4 odd usually.
Gotcha. And you said wait, when do you run 3-4 odd?
Like if it's like 1st and 5, I know they're coming like under center, single back, high form.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
Or like it's like inside the 10-yard line. I kind of know. I'm always, every time I play the Ravens, I'm always having a guy spy.
Yeah. Yeah, so the one thing I don't like about you running just straight up nickel 3-5, and I'll let G answer that. G, you probably know.
Well, he runs what? Nickel 3-5?
Or when he's just running regular nickel 3-5. So now he's in 3-5 wide, but sometimes he'll just run nickel 3-5.
Yeah, I try to do it to like switch up. I try to keep the same concept, like switch up the look, so like my opponent like gets a different look out of it. Here I got my like my double Mabels. I think I got my D tackle here on a spy, and I got my user.
Gotcha. Yeah. So what you really want to do defensively is you want to present the same look defensively every play, but have the ability to have all these different coverages behind it. So pre-snap.
Yeah, like I don't disguise. Yeah, just disguising it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanna make sure that your defense.
I just missed.
You want your defense to always look the same, regardless if you blitzing or if you're in coverage.
Yeah.
Because if you're just like running stock, or if all your defense look the same, there's no telling your defense. So
right.
So
you can't make any pre-snap because you don't really know.
It's like a pitcher, in baseball, sometimes when they throw in a fastball, they like to tip their hat. So it's like if you're a hitter,
Yeah, check this out, broken ass play. Bro, come on.
No, that's crazy. No, it's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
So if your defense all look the same, it's more of a chess match than checkers because if you're playing against me and I can look at your defense, it's cover 2, cover 3, man. I'm gonna eat you up. But if all your defense look the same, regardless if you blitzing, you coverage, or you a man, it's more of a chess match.
All right, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Also, another thing to add on is it's important to always be hovering over the D line. So you know how when you're blitzing out 55 wide, you want to hover over the line, to get that extra blitzer to come in, right? Or is that something you're okay? You are familiar with that tactic?
When I'm in, so if I'm in like Mike Blitz 3, and I have my middle user like on a blitz, I usually stand between the D tackles, because that doesn't that like pull it like pulls the line in, it'll like pull the offensive line in, and it'll give like my edge guys like the shed block animation more likely.
Yeah.
When you in that, all you gotta do is just like when you hover, just touch the defensive tackle and just get back, and it's gonna come in instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got robbed you, I think.
Yeah. Another thing I'll say is, I would try to usually want to stick to 1 or 2 formations on offense. So the reason why so many people run gun bunch and trips, and I did see you in trips, and your route combinations did look solid. The reason people run, trips is because they have the most amount of good routes, and a good route is a route that is able to get over the top of hooks and flats and underneath of deep blues. And there's 2 routes in the game that are able to do that consistently. What are those 2 routes, Agent?
Deep corners, deep posts, skinny posts, deep corners.
Okay, deep corners, yes. Not skinny posts, because skinny posts that'll get played by. Okay, maybe.
I feel like what's the inside post out of trips tight end?
Inside post.
Like isn't that trips? Yeah, I think it's trips tight end. They run in. It's like inside post. You can. The slot receiver comes on to drag. A lot of people on the tight end. A lot of people will corner the tight end and like bring one of the receivers on a like motion to the right and then drag. I feel like that the outside receiver that's like out on the numbers is like a deep post, and that shit beats me in so many different times, like so many different defenses.
Yeah, so
Feels like those are the two routes that get beat on the most. Is like the one out of gun tight, the deep corner that people run out of gun tight, that route, and the deep post out of like trips tight end.
yeah, so that's a good point. For Man 22 purposes, the skinny posts are really effective because it's really easy to bomb, quarters and inside thirds. I'll say that when you're playing versus trips, you do want to have an inside third opposite of that X receiver. The inside quarter will get glitched out. He'll get sucked down. Whereas an inside third, he'll play that X receiver.
Okay. And that's in trips?
Yeah.
I would do it to the trip side. I would put my trip side corner in an inside third instead of keeping him in a quarter.
Yeah. Or no, so the safety opposite of the trip side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if for instance on the screen right now, if this guy's wearing trips, my Buda Baker would be the guy I'd have in my inside third.
Yeah.
If they were in their trips, look right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so the biggest thing I'm seeing is this guy's running the ball a lot. So this isn't okay. I'm glad I saw this. So, and this is what we're talking about with the disguise and coverages. So right now it's really obvious that you're playing coverage right now. You're setting up a coverage defense because you're sitting far back with your user linebacker. You want to come down at the start of the play every single time because if you want to reach that next level, so what's like your ultimate end goal?
What do you mean by come down? Like press my guys?
No. So I'm saying with your user, you want to come down, like you want to hover right over the D line at the start of the play, because it's gonna present the threat like, oh man, this guy's probably blitzing me here.
Oh, so bring them down more.
Yeah.
Than I am, because I'm 3 yards off. Come down like on the ball.
Yeah. So
okay. Down to the line of scrimmage.
And again, you're playing at a competitive level from what I see. So again, a high level player is going to recognize right away, okay, his user is backed off. He's setting up coverage adjustments. That's why he's backed off. And he's not going to be blitzing me this play. So when somebody sees that, they have a huge advantage over you pre-snap because they know that I don't have to block extra people. And that's why it's so important to come out in to present the same look every play, but it can be all different types of coverages. And that's why it's important to present the illusion of the blitz because people in the back of their mind are like, oh shit, he's going to be blitzing me here. And then
bring my guy down and then set up my coverage.
Yeah. That's a great habit to get into. And honestly, even at a high level.
So it's like as soon as the ball snaps, like it looks like I'm coming right down to the line of the blitz.
Yeah, exactly. And
I get that.
A good rule of thumb is it's 70% coverage, 30% blitz. Yeah, so okay, got a good feel. So I think
I was getting him on this out route with deep elite with DeAndre Hopkins the whole time. He couldn't stop this.
Yeah.
He couldn't play it the whole time.
Yeah, and honestly, you have a pretty good sense of route combinations. I think the biggest thing, if you're playing Gregs, I think the most helpful course for you will be the clock management course. And Man 101, I don't think to me, you don't really need that one. I feel like you're past that. So we will unlock the clock management course for you as well this month. And then the next month, I think we should do the advanced coverage strategies on defense, or like the ultimate defensive domination. I think that would be helpful.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because you have so you have a good sense of the route combinations. I would say maybe offensive situational play calling. I don't think it's as important on this game. But what would you say about your pocket presence? I haven't been looking at that too much. You did kind of.
To be honest with this game, I knew that this whole time, this guy, the whole game, he only brought max 3 guys. I kind of just dropped back 5 yards and.
Okay. But
most of the time, he was dropping everybody in coverage.
Gotcha. Okay.
Trying to get this out route to Hopkins again. Rolled away from it, looking for this one.
Yeah, honestly too, he was running a lot of man coverage. So versus man coverage again, you really just want the crossing routes and the motion slants. and you did do that a good bit.
Yeah, I feel like I try to motion a lot.
Yeah,
Of
no,
a lot of my receivers. Maybe I don't run the crossers as much as I should, but.
No, okay, yeah. So yeah, you do have a pretty. Okay, I like this.
Triangles wide open.
Yeah, so you have a good sense of route combinations. So I think the biggest thing is clock management. Get that unlocked for you, and then defensively. Let me see. Maybe offensive situational. I don't know. You kind of tell me for next month. Maybe like take a look at the courses. I would say maybe offensive situational play calling before defensive coverage strategies, but definitely clock management first. That's 1000% clock management, and then maybe something before, or we'll talk about this in the next month. But I definitely think, from what I'm seeing, you have a good sense of route combinations. Route clock management, that's a big pain point for everybody. And defensively, I do think you are fairly average on defense. That would be another thing I want to work on before your offense. You were
For sure.
Fairly basic on defense, so that's something I want to work on with you.
I feel like a lot of my defenses, I do well with my user.
Yeah, for sure. So now, like, if you have a great user and phenomenal coverage adjustments behind that,
absolutely.
Yeah, so definitely want to work on the coverage adjustments and kind of like anticipation part of defense. So that's from what I was hearing from you. I think that's what you really need.
Sweet.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Sweet, man. I mean, you tell me.
Yeah.
I'm not the pro here.
Yeah. So.
I'm not the guy fixing people's games.
Yeah, definitely. So definitely start you on the clock management course. We can get that unlocked for you, and then the month after that, we'll do we'll talk about that next month. But definitely, I want to get the clock management right because that's so important right now. And on regs, especially with only 1 or 2 play drives or one to 2 drives a game, clock management, you're gonna have to really hammer home that aspect of the game.
Right.
Yeah.